Hey everyone, this is Kelly from Australia Wide Retreats, and we're about to have a talk with Kate. Her upcoming retreat is being held in New South Wales. It's called Herevolution from the 14th to the 17th of March.
Okay, so Kate, welcome aboard. I'm so glad that you're
Hello,
here to do this. Hi.
and
So,
thank you for doing all of this.
oh,
It's
you're very
appreciated.
welcome. My pleasure. As you can see, we go over the road bumps as we come to them, and here we are. So all good. It's all working. Fantastic. So your upcoming retreat, Her Evolution, being held in New South Wales. We'll talk about that as we go along. But first of all, how did you get into this kind of work that you're doing?
I suppose I had my own sort of renaissance. I found myself at a work crossroads, and I had to think, well, now, what really matters to me? I'm old now, and I want to do things that I'll be glad I did. And what has made me happy? And I remember being happiest when I was working in a business where I was mostly, it wasn't officially life coaching, but I was doing a lot of supporting women, and we had a lot of workshops together, and that was when I was happiest, and it was my own, and I could make it responsive to the women involved. So that's why I thought, well, I've had this idea for a long time about older women, and let's just do it.
Yeah, nice. Good that you followed through with your instincts and turned into your business for yourself. That's something that you're passionate about, which a lot of people don't follow through with. So I respect the journey that you've taken for yourself. It's exciting. It really is.
It's also
So
very scary.
it is. It is. I know when we're first getting started, it can be terrifying. But that inner calling, it's there for a reason. So this is fantastic. I'm excited for what you're going to bring to New South Wales over the months and even the years ahead to help transform the lives of millions of women who might even get into online programs. Who knows? Anyway, so why do you do what you do?
Well, I think I know I'm not alone. I raised the children, worked, was the volunteer in the community, did all those things that we do. And you wouldn't have it any other way because they're your children and it's your family and that's what we're about. But I think in a way we are had a little bit because we're told that that dream will make us happy. And actually, I know so many women around about this stage, and I don't like referring back to menopause all the time, but it does tend to be around about menopause that we go, because that's when the kids leave, they go out on their own. Often a marriage ends, often your job changes, you have to start thinking about retirement. There are all these changes that happen all at the one time in women's lives. But you've actually lost sight of yourself because of what you've done for the last 20 or 30 years. You can't remember what makes you happy. You can't remember that girl that bounced around excited about being alive when she was 9. And I talk to women who have even said to me that they don't know why they're even alive and they can't be bothered in the morning. And I think that is so sad because in traditional communities, the crone stage, which is where we are now, we use that as a derogatory term, but it's not. It's when a woman is all together. We're wise, we're knowledgeable, we're experienced, and we can support and contribute to our communities. And yet our society doesn't encourage that. And so I want to. I think it's really important that we recognize that we're special at this time of life, not Jane Fonda describes it really well. She says that the traditional model of life is that you sort of ascend to this peak somewhere in your 40s and then you start to decline. But I actually don't believe that, and neither does she, and look at her. Um, I think that we continue, our soul grows, and we have more to offer and we have more to learn and much,
Yeah.
much more to become. So that's what this is all about for me.
Nice. And what in your listing you talk about relationships that women might be going through now, housing, etc. So you're helping them explain helping them find different ways of coping or different ways of
Yeah, I
stepping
think
into
women, I
that.
think often, not always, but often women have had somebody else to make those big decisions with. Will I sell the family home? Where should I live? What should I do? What's important? What's not? And it's hard to make decisions when you're suddenly on your own. It's hard to make decisions for some of us all the time. But one of the exercises in our weekend, which really is only half retreat. It's half a retreat, half a workshop, really, because it's almost like a course, except that it's a guided tour of yourself, really, I think. It can be gentle or you can make it deeper if you want it to. But one of the exercises is called the cross exercise. And it's about making decisions, putting the decision in the middle of a cross and talking about what the options are for that decision, how you might solve it, and what might happen if you go partway down the track to sell the house and then you decide that actually you're not going to. The world won't end. If you sell and you rent for a while, the world doesn't end. Not everything in this life is final. And I think priorities and looking at the reasons that we think we should do what we do is a really good thing to revise, because we lose track again. I go back to the same thing. We've lost track of who we are and what we want, and we need time to find that.
So getting back on track with yourself, following
Mm.
what you want to do, Well, me, and this is for women 50 plus,
Yeah.
I'm 50. Oh God, I'm 54 next week. So happy birthday, me, coming up.
Yeah.
But
Well
I reckon,
done.
the 50s for me, I've loved them, and as for menopause, I've really enjoyed. Well, when it's finished, getting over that through that process, it's like, yay, I don't have to do that anymore. But that's another chapter of my life gone, and now with the kids, well, the kids left home a number of years ago now, but I remember going through that phase thinking, what am I going to do with them gone? What is my purpose? Okay, if we want to get that deep with it. But now, tools like the things that you were offering at your retreat to help women understand that, there is life after empty nesting, okay, and continuing on to really get in touch with who we are and own that, be the independent person that we absolutely can be. And God, you can feel it with every fibre of your being when you step into that purpose mode of being here and having fun with the life that you're here to live. So I'm excited for your retreat coming up. I look forward to learning even more about it after you've gone through the process with all your beautiful women that will be rocking up there. Hey everyone, we had tech issues on Facebook Live, so we're finishing our call here so you can get the full gist of what Kate's retreat experience is all about. So Kate, please, can you explain to us what the accommodation and the food situation might be for your upcoming retreat?
The accommodation is a really beautiful home near the ocean in Gerringong, up on top of the hill with fabulous views and privacy. It's, if you could design a dream home, this is it. There's a pool, but the beach is nearby and lots of big bushes around, so it's green and it's peaceful. Caterers will be coming in and feeding us beautiful, clean food. If you have dietary requirements, we can deal with that. I've got, a mix of single and shared rooms. So depending on your price point, you can pick how you'd like to do that. And the program will be relaxed. So there'll be time for you to take time out to process. There'll be time for you to go for a walk on your own if you want to. You don't need to feel that you have to be with the other women all the time, but we will be doing activities as a group. You don't need to share anything personal if you don't want to, but I do find that when we get going, people want to, because it's just interesting to have other people's perspectives. And we do have one exercise that you need to do in a pair, because it's braiding the colors of your life together so that you'll have a little memento of what you've remembered on your weekend. So there'll be different colors for different elements of your life, like green for your children, and pink for your long-term relationship if there has been one, and perhaps purple for education, or whatever colors you want to allocate for what. And so everybody's little piece of it's half braiding, half weaving, and everybody's little piece of artwork will be different because we've all had different blends of those things in our lives.
That's beautiful. Yeah. Nice. All right. Okay. Is there anything else that you would like to share, or anything you want to leave everyone with before we wrap up our call?
Probably just to say that there's a 30% this early bird discount until the 21st of February. So when you go to the website, that will be applied at checkout. So have a look at that, and I look forward to seeing you there.
Excellent. All right. Okay. Thank you so much for that, Kate, and for coming on and sharing all about Herevolution coming up on, what's your dates again?
14th to 17th of March.
14th, 17th of March, New South Wales. Beautiful. And how can people contact you directly? Do you have a website or a page,
Yes,
Facebook
I've got
page?
there's a Herevolution Facebook page, and there's also website herevolution.com.au.
Okay,
And you can
lovely.
book a call with me there if you want to, or just message me. That's all good.
Beautiful. Excellent. Thank you so much, Kate. And thank
Thank
you
you,
for
Kelly.
going through these issues, tech issues with me. We made it.
Thank you for all of your work. We all appreciate it. Thank
You're
you.
very welcome. My pleasure. Thank you.